Have you ever been so tired that even the thought of caring for your loved one feels impossible? You still love them deeply, but your body says, I can't. Your mind whispers, I don't have the strength today. And then, right on top of the exhaustion comes guilt, because you wonder if being this tired makes you a bad caregiver. I want you to hear me clearly. It doesn't. Hi, I'm 𝗪𝗵𝗁. My wife Sonia was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in January 2020 at the age of 65. I've seen too many caregivers suffer physically, emotionally, and mentally, oftentimes more than the loved ones they care for. I was determined not to let this disease take me down, and I found a way to cope. Now I help other caregivers do the same. Being a caregiver is one of the hardest roles a person can take on. It asks everything of you, your time, your energy, your emotions, and sometimes even your identity. And while most people outside this journey will never truly understand the weight you carry, I do. I know what it's like to drag yourself through a day with nothing left in the tank, to feel like you're pouring from an empty cup and wondering how much longer you can keep going. So today, let's talk about what to do when you're too tired to care, because those moments don't mean you failed, they mean you're human. And there are steps you can take to climb back out of that exhaustion without losing yourself in guilt. The first step is giving yourself permission to admit the truth. Say it out loud. I am tired. Not weak, not lazy, not failing, just tired. Exhaustion is not a character flaw. It's your body and mind telling you they need care too. When you name it without shame, you stop adding guilt on top of fatigue. That shift alone can lighten the load. Many caregivers hear the word self-care and immediately think, I don't have time for bubble baths or long vacations. And you know what? You're right. That's not realistic for most caregivers. Heck, I never take a bubble bath. Maybe when I was a kid. But self-care doesn't have to be grand to be powerful. Micro breaks, 2 minutes of deep breathing, stepping outside to feel the sun, listening to one favorite song. These little resets add up. They're fuel stops on a long road. You don't need to wait till you're completely broken down to pull over. Caregivers often believe strength means never stopping, never asking for help, never breaking down. But true strength is the opposite. It's knowing when to say, I can't carry this alone today. Strength is in the phone call to a friend. It's in saying yes to respite care. It's in ordering takeout instead of forcing yourself to cook after an impossible day. Strength is letting go of the myth that you must be superhuman. When you're too tired, isolation makes everything worse. Exhaustion feeds loneliness, and loneliness deepens exhaustion. That's why you need people, whether it's family, friends, a support group, or online communities like the Caregiver Mastery family. Even 5 minutes of talking with someone who gets it can make you feel less alone, less invisible, and more capable of facing tomorrow. Here's the truth most caregivers never hear. Your worth is not measured by how much of yourself you sacrifice. Love is not measured in exhaustion. Your loved one does not benefit when you're broken, when you feel too tired to care. The kindness and most loving act is often stepping back for a moment. Because if you collapse, if you burn out completely, there'll be nothing left to give. You're not selfish for resting, you're wise. In moments of exhaustion, it helps to remember why you're here. Not as a way of guilting yourself, but as a way of grounding yourself. Ask, why did I choose to care? For me, it's love, it's commitment. It's wanting Sonia to feel safe even when her world doesn't make sense anymore. When I reconnect to that why, even the most draining days take on a deeper meaning. Your why doesn't erase the tiredness, but it can keep you from drowning in it. Here are a few quick resets that I use and recommend. A physical reset, a glass of water, and a stretch break. Hydration and movement clear mental fog faster than you think. A mental reset. Write down one thought that's overwhelming you and set it aside. Sometimes just putting it on paper frees your mind. An emotional reset. Speak one kind sentence to yourself. I'm doing the best I can. Words matter, especially the ones you say to yourself. I'll share this with you. There was a season when Sonia was struggling with capgras episodes, an irrational belief that I was an imposter, and I was running on fumes. Every day it felt like a marathon with no finish line. I remember one night sitting in the dark, head in my hands, whispering, I don't know how to do this anymore. And then, almost like a quiet voice inside me said, you don't have to do it all tonight. Just take the next step. That thought didn't erase my exhaustion, but it gave me enough strength to stand up, to breathe, and to keep going. That's what I want for you too. Not to never feel tired, but to know you can face it without shame, without guilt, and without breaking. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's the hardest part for you when you feel too tired to keep going? If you're feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, or like you're losing yourself in caregiving, you're not alone. That's exactly why I created the Caregiver Mastery System, a step-by-step emotional roadmap to help you manage stress, anger, and burnout so you can care for your loved one without sacrificing yourself in the process. Inside, you'll discover how to say yes to yourself without guilt, reduce overwhelm, and reclaim peace, even in the hardest moments. I call this Heaven Island, a place of peace, clarity, and deep acceptance, where you can show up for the one you love without losing who you are. And just so you know, this isn't some time-consuming program. I didn't create it to add more to your plate. I built it to take the weight off your shoulders. The lessons are short, practical, and easy to follow. And if you apply what I teach, even for just a few minutes a day, I guarantee you'll start to feel a real difference in 2 to 3 weeks. Click the link below or visit caregivermasterysystem.com to get started today. If this video helped you, please like, share, and subscribe. I post new caregiver support videos every Monday and Thursday. And if this message spoke to you, use the hashtag #CaregiverMastery so others can find the support they need too. You're not alone. Let's go through this together.